It does raise an eyebrow that he gets better as everyone gets worse.
When Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman speak live on ESPN, the boxing world listens. This time, their focus was on Jake Paul. Both analysts said the so-called problem child might be facing a real problem. On national TV, they criticized Jake's sudden physical transformation, his big size increase in under 2 years, and the growing steroid allegations before his fight with Gervonta Davis. They didn't hold back. For months, fans have been noticing Jake Paul's changing physique. When he started boxing in 2020, he was around 190 pounds, an average athletic YouTuber trying to prove himself. Now, he's walking around at over 125 pounds of pure muscle. This isn't just fan talk. Fighters, trainers, and even former opponents have questioned how Jake gains so much size, strength, and stamina so quickly while claiming to stay clean. Stephen A. Smith summed it up on First Take. "You're telling me this man went from YouTube prankster to heavyweight threat in a few years, and we're not supposed to ask questions?"
Something came out called the Mitchell Report, where they had all these guys that supposedly used performance-enhancing drugs. A, Barry Bonds was not on that list of the Mitchell Report. B, 103 names were on the report. C, none of them hit 73 home runs in the season.
I mean, we're not pretending he wasn't on steroids.
That's right. I know that.
You could see him how skinny he was.
Right.
And then, 1 year he came into camp, he was a lot heavier, and he said, I'm out of shape. And, but who puts on weight in the mandible?
That's right. How about that? How about that? You're absolutely right. But I'm just saying.
Max Kellerman added, "Boxing has seen this before: sudden size, sudden power, sudden knockouts. It always leads to one question: what's really going on behind the scenes?" That comment set the entire debate on fire.
Please tell me more. The Nevada State Athletic Commission and USADA, the testing organization, which refuses to use the most kind of sophisticated tests that can test for these synthetic epitestosterone, etc., masking agents, on the grounds that they're too expensive, even though USADA, who never catches anyone, they once caught one fighter, and that was after public pressure was brought to bear because they caught him multiple times. They never really wanted to do anything about it, and enough public pressure was brought to bear that they actually did something about it. This organization, USADA, costs like 10 times as much as this organization, VADA, which actually tests and catches fighters. So the real big question from all this is, why insist on USADA, the more expensive test? And the answer is because you're purchasing a result. The inference here is you're purchasing the result you want.
Right now, Jake Paul's career is balancing between entertainment and controversy.
I think he's taking steroids. Yeah. I do 100%. I'm willing to bet that. All the money that I have, I'd bet.
I've always had my suspicions, and
And dude, I'm not even sitting here being like, fuck him for that at all. I just want to make that clear.
Okay. But in combat sports,
what do you think? Do you think he is or he isn't?
I think he has for sure, but I don't know if he is currently.
Why would he not? If
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's looking in the mirror. He's in his bathroom. And he's like, Dylan, I'm gonna kill this kid. He's like injecting his. Because he's like, I gotta protect Nina.
Yeah, facts. And he did. Fair play to him. He did. Listen.
And he's like,
for all the criticisms,
he's looking a little more angular in the face.
The thing I've always thought is like, how do you get bigger and then lean out as you get bigger? I don't know that I'm not.
How do you get bigger and then lean out as you get bigger?
Like, it's usually a process of getting bigger, leaning. He's leaning
now
out
you're on
as
to it. Now you're. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
This isn't the first time he's been accused either. Dylan Donnies, Mike Perry, and Dana White have all accused Jake Paul of using PES. In 2022, Dana even challenged him to 2 years of random drug testing.
And maybe if you could let me in on some of that, whatever, I don't know, the special stuff that you might be taking, I don't know.
This nigga looks like a hot pocket, bro. Everyone says he be doing type of PEDs, and I'll be in a crib.
Yeah, bro.
Like
there's no way. Whatever stuff I'm taking ain't working, bro.
Actually, what do you think it is that about Jake that makes people say that he's on something? What is it just the fact that he's progressed so much in the sport?
I don't know why I couldn't put any weight on, and you were able to put on, you said 230?
I can gain weight so easy.
Jake laughed it off back then, but now the timing couldn't be worse. He's about to face Gervonta Tank Davis, one of the most dangerous pound-for-pound fighters in boxing, and the steroid talk isn't going away.
Not one that's really taken my interest at all. Them fights don't really bother me. I might flick it on if it's casual and about, but I'm not following the build-up or interested in it really.
Who wins?
I think it's obvious that Davis would win, even with all the size difference. But again, I wouldn't put anything past kind of that kind of showman, stagey kind of fights.
Even before training camp started, fans were posting side-by-side pictures of Jake from his early fights compared to now. The difference is shocking: bigger traps, thicker arms, and veins popping like a bodybuilder.
Tell people what your workout is like and tell people how much you work on boxing and being in shape.
We're waking up, at the track, running 800 meter, 400 meter, 200, 200, 800, 400, 200, 200, 200, sparring, sprinting, all types of workouts, push-ups, pull-ups, sledgehammer, tire flips, jogging 5 miles after that, abs, getting punched in the stomach nonstop, and then doing it all over again the next day. Ice baths, recovery, yoga, meditation, visualization, manifestation of winning the fight. And I think people get confused by me promoting the fight. They think I'm just like messing around by making these skits and having fun. And they think I'm, not going to come in and take this guy's head off.
When you're fighting someone 60 pounds lighter than you, and there are even rumors of abuse, people start calling it bullying, not boxing.
Jake Paul, I think when he weighed in for Mike Tyson, was 227 pounds. That is, if I'm not mistaken, a 92-pound weight difference. Almost a 100-pound weight difference. It's insane. That is called one thing. That's called being a bully.
At 6'1" and 125 pounds, Jake Paul looks like a cruiserweight linebacker. Gervonta Davis is 5'5" and fights at 135. Their catch weight for the November fight is 195 pounds. That's not just a size difference, it's a canyon. Jake built his brand on proving he belongs in boxing, but if he's using performance enhancers, even just rumored ones, his whole legacy could fall apart.
I respect Jake Paul as a marketer, promoter, but as a prize fighter, I don't, because I've been around the game of boxing for over 20 years. If you're calling yourself a professional boxer, stop fighting people that are 50 years old. Bro, he's fighting the retired MMA fighters, the UFC fighters that are like 40 and 50.
You know why? Because you could fix those fights and it's not illegal. It's exhibition.